Alright guys, so this is another fanfiction idea, and this one is actually kind of fun because this came from a video long ago when I did a Who Would Win videos here on YouTube before I made them Patreon exclusive. So this is going to be a fun one because this is, as you can see, a crossover fight between Thanos and Sailor Galaxia from Sailor Moon. So we got a Marvel Sailor Moon fanfiction story. So let's get started with this fanfiction idea. So the story begins with Thanos seeking out not the Infinity Gems again, but more like something that could give him the power to court Lady Death, because he's still on that simpin' bullshit. So Thanos is out seeking a new form of power that will, attract Lady Death to him. And he's still, looking around, where can I find this power? What is the power that I need? Tell me. And he goes to confront the Watcher. He confronts the Watcher, and the Watcher's like, I won't tell you anything. I watch. I do not, I cannot tell you, Thanos. And Thanos is like, funny, you seem to talk to Earth a lot. And if you can talk to Earth, then you can speak to me. And that's when Thanos just attacks Uatu. Uatu, a lot of people forget how powerful he is. So Uatu does put up a fight, but Thanos, just gets through it all and attacks Uatu. And he's like, now again, I'm going to ask, Watcher, what am I not seeing that you can? And you best tell me, or I'll just rip it out of your eye. So Uatu's like, there's one thing that, one thing, but it is not in this universe, and it's not attainable to you. And he's like, I'm Thanos. Everything is attainable. So the Watcher tells him there's a universe where this thing called the Starseeds exists, but, you can't get them because there's a force greater than you. And he's like, there's no greater force than me. So Thanos, he basically finds his way to, he needs only one gem, the reality gem, finds it and uses its power to bust a hole in reality to go to this other universe. And then he's like, if what the Watcher said is true, then I won't need the Infinity Gem ever again. So Thanos is now in the Sailor Moon universe, but unfortunately he didn't get really a roadmap. He's just on some random planet, and he encounters a Sailor Guardian. And the Sailor he's not on Earth. He's not in the core system. He's out there. He's not in he's not in the Earth solar system. He's just out in another distant world where another Sailor Guardian is. And he's like, what, who are you? Tell me who controls the Starseeds. And she's like, I will never tell you, monster. And he goes, monster, you clearly don't know who I am. And Thanos just fucking kills her and is like, And then the Starseed comes out and he takes it. But about that time, that's when Galaxia's palace shows up overhead. And Thanos is like, that's probably who I'm supposed to be talking to. So Thanos goes to confront Sailor Galaxia. But before that, he's got to go through all of the Sailor Animants. And the Animants stand between him and himself. And Thanos is like, so this woman has her own, band of warriors that will die for her, or fight and die for her. Let's see if they'll live up to the second part. And no, Thanos didn't come with his armada. He didn't come here with his grand armies or whatever. He just came by himself. And even if this was an actual story, this would actually be a moment where Corvus Glaive or Proxima Midnight would talk to him and be like, Lord Thanos, would it be wise to go alone? He's like, alone is all I have ever needed. So, yeah, Thanos doesn't have the Black Order with him. So he goes to battle, he goes to battle the Sailor Animants, and he just trounces them. He just full-on, tears his way through them. And he's like, he realizes that they're not alive. He realizes that they're not a actual living thing. So, in other words, he doesn't have to play nice. He legit does not have to play nice with anyone here. So he's like, I see that this is, you're all mockeries of life. My Lady Death will not take you then. So Thanos then fights his way to Sailor Galaxia, and Galaxia is like, who are you? And he's like, I am Thanos. And, you know, or in other words, Sailor Galaxia, I am your death. And Galaxia is just like, are you serious right now? You must not be from around here. Oh, you know, you must not be from any planet I know, oh great Thanos. I am Sailor Galaxia, and I am the Empress of this galaxy. And he's like, then please, he's like cracking his knuckles, like, then please, make me kneel. So Thanos and Galaxia just go all fucking out on each other. Like, they just start ripping each other apart in just an all-out brawl. Thanos doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet in this fight, so he doesn't have the Infinity Gems. So this is just him and Galaxia just battling. And you may think, well, Galaxia is going to win because Thanos doesn't have his Infinity Gauntlet. That doesn't mean shit. Thanos, even without the Gauntlet, was able to wound Galactus in a fight. He didn't win it, but he wounded him, and even fought, like, you know, and even defeated Odin in a fight. You know, the All-Father. So he is more than capable of putting on a fight against Galaxia. So the two do battle. Like, the two warriors do straight-up battle with one another, and they are just going at it. Thanos refuses to kneel, like when Galaxia tries to mind control him, and Thanos just breaks the control on him and just grabs her by the throat, and she's like, how did you, you know, how is your, how are you able to break my control? And he goes, simple. Thanos is, and just throws her through a wall, through like several walls. The Sailor Animants are watching this fight as Thanos and Galaxia are just brawling it out between the two, and Iron Mouse is like, should we go help her? And the other one's like, be my fucking guest, to get in the way of that. So Thanos is just telling her, like, Galaxia, you know, I have fought gods, I have fought devils, and you're not even close to that level. And Galaxia's like, then that's because I'm beyond them. And she just hits him with a full-on energy blast that Thanos is like, holy shit, that hurt more than getting hit by Galactus. I must defeat her and take the power of the Starseeds and end this quick, or she will be the death of me. So the two continue to just battle between the two until, like, their Galaxia's palace starts to wane and, like, waver, and then starts coming down to the planet, crashing onto the planet, leaving the two just smashing and attacking one another in a brutal fight that is actually, like, cracking the planet that they're under. The Animates are like, oh shit, and are starting to, like, run away in panic as Thanos and Galaxia are continuing their battle. Thanos, like, grabs her cosmic whip, yanks her right into his face, and just blasts her right in the face, but she's still refusing to kneel. And Thanos is telling her, like, what was all this about kneeling? I believe you were referring to yourself, woman. And Galaxia is just like, that's Empress, and just uppercuts him into the stratosphere before Thanos comes back down, and they still continue to fight. But like I said, the battle between Thanos and Galaxia is, like, cracking the planet. And obviously this gets some attention from certain figures. At that point, Uatu, who was kind of not an idiot and knew that this wasn't supposed to happen, had gone to Sailor Pluto and is like, hey, so I gotta pick up somebody real quick. So with Sailor Pluto's help, the Watcher manages to locate, because he doesn't know this universe, so he can't, like, look into it. So he manages to locate Thanos and manages to pluck him out. But not before, like, during the fight, Thanos is, like, beating down on Galaxia, and the two are just going at it. But by the end of it, Thanos, who's all, like, beaten up and just, like, taking just a total taking a pounding. Thanos, by the end of it, he's like, his clothes are all wrecked, and he's, like, bleeding, and he's like, now then, let's talk. But before Galaxia refuses to waver. She's just like backed up, but still, like, she's still got a lot of fight in her. But before either Thanos or Galaxia have a chance to continue the fight, Uatu arrives and is like, Galactus, I've had enough, and just blinks him back to the universe. And Galaxia is like, what the fuck was all that? And who the fuck are you? And he's like, I am the Watcher, and I am a stranger in a strange land. Fare you well, Sailor Galaxia. I foresee a dark fate for you. And then just pieces out before Galaxia just tries to kill him. So Thanos is thrown back to the universe, and he's like, and Thanos is like, how did you find me, Watcher? Like, how even you don't have that kind of power to get into the universe. I had to use all the power of the Reality Stone to get here. I had to use all the power of the Reality Gem to get here. And he's like, who else would go looking for you, Thanos? And it's Adam Warlock. And he's like, ah, Warlock, of course. And Adam Warlock is just like, so, Thanos of Titan, are you going to continue your temper tantrum? And he's like, another time, Warlock, another time, and leaves. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much Thanos versus Sailor Galaxia. Yeah, this was a fun... I was thinking about this the other day, and I was just like, you know what? I want to make this a fanfiction idea. So there you go. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this fanfiction idea? You guys like it? Hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.